Hey everyone, Tony this side. So I'm just going to put a quick update on Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I would like to go on the daily chart of Bitcoin, right? So let's go to the weekly as well. If I look at the weekly chart, so you can see that this is the first bearish candle after Bitcoin started rallying from 30,000, right, on the weekly chart, but it's not done, right? It's Thursday and we are 3 days to go. And anything is possible when it's Bitcoin, because if you notice this particular candle, this one was as well was completely bearish candle for first couple of days, even 3 days, and later it turned out a bullish weekly candle close. So that may happen in Bitcoin as well. What I see on the weekly chart is that the last week lows has been taken. Okay, so anybody because that's also a type of traders who trade on the candle basis on high time frames like daily candle time frames or the weekly time frames, even the monthly time frames. What they do when they make any position, they just keep updating their stop losses as per the low of the previous candle. So you just need to think like when price candle like at this level, right? So they might have put their stop losses just below this candle, and they would be thinking that when all the candles like 1, 2 and 3 green candles, so there should be a fourth one as well. There is a possibility. And if they had made their position at somewhere around in this zone, so they are already in profit, so they are updating their trailing stop loss actually. So what many people do, they put their stop losses just below the previous week low. And what market likes to do is to do some stop hunts to let people close their longs before moving forward, right? So that may possible that price has already taken the last week's low and it may continue going up, but that's just a scenario, and you cannot like trade just because it has taken the previous week low. So that's something which we need to keep in mind from the weekly chart. Now we are going to the daily chart. Okay, so daily chart, I don't have any reason unless price dumps more 50% from here to be bearish, to be honest. This was the clean break in market structure. Okay, the previous high was broken completely, and with the momentum price is going up. So it's bullish, right? So unless this low hold, you never have to be very bearish on Bitcoin. Obviously there will be corrections, but as long as this low holds, as long as 30K holds, you don't have to think about selling Bitcoin for long term. Your long term holdings should be in your cold wallets, to be honest. Okay, so we have on the daily chart that price has already taken the previous week's low and it has closed higher than this consolidation. If you notice on the daily chart, it almost closed above this consolidation, right? So that makes it more obvious that it could be a stop hunt, because this was the complete consolidation. Price just drops there, but it closed back above this consolidation, and that shows there was a buying pressure. Means there were some kind of big players who knew that there are stop losses which are below the previous week low, and they bought it, right? And we also saw the news yesterday that Michael Slayer bought more $1.6 billion of Bitcoin. So there is a chance that it can go up, because it is the same scenario which Bitcoin did in past as well. But what we can't say at this moment that it will go for a new all-time high or not with this buying pressure or not. I would show you a few previous fractals like that, so you can notice the same kind of structure there, right? But after that, price rapidly moved up, made a break in market structure, and again dropped and broke out. This was at the time of ETH of 2017, like around 20,000 in my opinion. Yes. Okay, so it was that time the same thing happened. Now if we notice again, you can see candle here, right? It drops, but it rapidly goes back up. But there are some other corrections as well, which give a move up, but later on moves down, punish the early longs, and then move up. And that's some kind of extension I'm expecting personally, because it's already a very, very big move very big bull rally already happened, right? So I expect the same, that price has taken the lows. Many people are entering into longs here. Okay, they're expecting that price will do what it has been doing again and again from many months now. But there is a possibility that price can go up, drop back, retest these lows again, and then go up. That's what is the most favorable scenario I'm expecting on Bitcoin. Okay, I also posted it on my Twitter as well, on my post as well, uh, on Telegram. So what I'm expecting now, to be honest, from the daily chart, that this is the this is a low has been taken, right? This high has not been tested. This high has not been tested. There are many classical support resistance traders who have kept their bids here, so it might front run it, or if it comes to them, then it may go like this. Like if it drops back, so it may drops a bit deeper. Okay, it may not just click on it and go up. I'm expecting it least. Okay, I'm expecting if it drops back again, then it should go deeper. Why it should go deeper? Because everybody who is expecting that price would return from here, they would definitely buy when price will hit this level, the 42k level, when price will hit. But as it will keep dropping, it will keep dropping, that will make them fear to forced to close their position. They would be in fear, that would be thinking that Bitcoin is breaching this level. Because even if price goes below to 1% to 10% below, and it come back again and close daily candle above this, like this, if it close a candle like this with the wick, right, it's still bullish. It is still holding this support and resistance area. Okay, so that means that it has all those who bought it here when the price returned, they would have forcefully closed their position. They would be thinking, no, 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 I would wait, and then price would close like this, and it will not give time to enter. So what are my plannings if any of these two scenarios plays out? Okay, so what are my plannings to do? I'm going to explain in the video now. Okay, so what I will be thinking, that I'm just going to buy anything. Okay, give me a minute. I need to delete some risk to reward rules and few lines here. Okay, so what is my planning is that this is the area, this box is the area that is the most favorable risk to reward entry for me. Okay, if price does this, that's going to be my best entry. If price does this, something like this, and this area is something I'm looking to buy. Or this is the first scenario. Or the second scenario, if it does not go lower, okay, it might just go up from here, then I'm expecting this to happen, this and this. So I would buy some here, and I would buy some here, right? So you would be thinking that how would I know when price will reach here, when price will reach to the 45,000 levels, or 46 or 47? How would I know that it is going down to this level or it is going up? That's a tricky question to be honest, and nobody knows what is going to happen. You would have to put some risk over there, and for that, what you can do, you can just go on the lower time frames. You can go for 4-hour chart, or you can look for early chart. Okay, if you want to take an aggressive entry, what you can do is you can go on the lower time frames, and when price reach to this zone, and somewhere around here, when price is there, you need to see if there is any kind of bullish pattern of candles is forming. What kind of bullish pattern it can be? It can be like a bullish hammer, any kind of candle, a bullish hammer, or any bullish engulfing candle, right? You can go back and read there. I have posted many posts about bullish engulfing as well. If it is like red or black candle, this one red or black candle, and this is a green candle with a which takes the low and high of this candle and close above, this is a bullish engulfing candle. If you see any kind of hammer or bullish engulfing candle in this area on hourly chart, I would suggest to go with the 4-hour chart, because I believe 4-hour chart is better for confirmation than hourly chart. then you can take entry over here with some risk. Okay, and if it goes to 42k 38k, then that's the best entry possible. Okay, however, in the meanwhile, if price close above 54k 54,000 levels, if price close above this zone already, okay, then it may continue going up and it may not go down. In that scenario, we may miss a good entry. Okay, but what actually matters for me is the risk to reward, right? Because if I am buying, let's say I'm buying here, right, and I'm going to sell at this level, and I'm having my stop losses at this level, that does not make a good risk to reward. However, I'm going to catch a move of around 25%, but if the risk reward is not favorable, there's no meaning of catching a 25% move, because that might make you lose more than that, right? In case the price goes against you, so you should not try to enter aggressively for any reason, and you should wait for a proper setup. Because if I buy at this level, I put my stop losses here, that still makes a good risk to reward, in my opinion. Let me show you again. Like if I'm buying in this zone, I'm putting my stop losses at this level, and I'm targeting this zone and this zone, that still makes a good and favorable risk to reward, right? The second scenario, if I got a chance to buy here and I put my stop loss below this, that makes a far better risk to reward, right, than that. So I would be looking for any of these two scenarios to enter for my spot positions in Bitcoin, which I showed around here when I updated the Bitcoin update, that Bitcoin looks filling this gap, right? And it filled it. At that time I sold it, but I did not get the entry to buy back, and fortunately I didn't enter and it dropped. So that was a good decision. But if you want to get into the spot, these are the two entries you should look for. Okay, and what next is Ethereum. So what next we have on Ethereum? It's quite similar chart. Ethereum chart looks better than Bitcoin, to be honest, because if I see this 1440 level was the previous high, right? That was from 2018. And Bitcoin has, Ethereum has just retested this, right? Just retested this zone like this at this level. So if we are closing weekly candle above this level, so possibly we have bottomed out on Ethereum, and it may consolidate here and it may continue going up for the targets, which I already have at 3,500. However, this zone is quite important to cross. First time it got rejected, like you can see, like the levels I have, I have the same levels for a month or even more than a month now, right? You can go and check on my Twitter as well, or you can check on the Telegram channel. I have posted this chart in January when price was just crossing the all-time high, and you can see when it crossed it, it exactly got rejected at this level. So these are the important levels. When I post any chart with levels, you need to draw them on your chart as well, on your trading view, on your, or whatever the exchange you use, whatever the charts you use, you need to draw those levels on your charts, and you need to see when price reach there, if there is any kind of confluence of bearish, or if the lower levels are there is any kind of bullish confluence of candlesticks, or if you use any indicator that is showing a buy sign, or if you're using an indicator like divergence or something and that is showing a selling sign here, then you should execute your trade and you should try to take that trade. However, I'm saying this because many of you are learning from me, right? So all those who are not learning from me, uh, there's no financial advice for you guys, right? You need to practice your own setups. So this is what I have on Ethereum on the weekly chart, right? So it looks good. Weekly candle needs to close above this and it's good to go up. What we have on the daily chart, as well, look at this. If I notice, this was the retest. This was the first retest where I missed the entry, to be honest. This was my entry 1475 in my last video, and this was missed by only $15, but it's okay, we missed and we got it here. But now price has retested it perfectly. So you can see the gap which was left to retest the previous high. This was fulfilled now, okay, and it is free to go up, and it should go up in my opinion. And as price close above this level of 2175, I expect price should go 3500, and it is a complete gap. It is a complete gap like this one, you remember 670, my first YouTube video this year, on the Christmas. We close this, we fill this. So this is the same gap. If we close about 2175, we are going there. In my opinion, that's what I think. That's how I trade. Okay, so that's what I have on Ethereum right now. On Bitcoin and Ethereum, both have similar kind of chart, like you want to enter and you do not have a good risk to reward to enter. That's why I'm not quite active on Bitcoin trades as well in past 3 days, because if you enter here, that does not make a good risk to reward. Definitely price can go up, you may miss the trade, but it's better to miss the trade than risking a lot more than you can afford, right? So there's no meaning of entering here. But yeah, if you want to put some spots for midterm, you can buy some, like you can buy 25% of your position size, and you can keep adding if it drops. And if it goes up, then you can add, definitely you can add above 2000. Okay, so that's what I have on Ethereum. So I have got a couple of requests as well on few coins, so I'm going to chart them quickly. So let's go with the LTC. So on LTC, actually alts are at such a state that you want to buy them without risk to reward. They want to go up. Like, look at this. If you see all those candles which are which was made by the Bitcoin crash, the big black candles, you can see there was a strong buy pressure at the end. Even they have a larger wick than Bitcoin, and you will see that in most of the altcoins, and they have retested their previous consolidation. So in those scenarios, usually what happens, there are two kinds of PA, price action, you can say, happens. Like, first one is when price drops like this, it goes up, it makes a silly correction, which is actually the place where everybody turns bearish, and it goes up. And this is the hardest, you can say, like we also have a GIF of this, the Dalai Lama GIF, right? So that's kind of pattern. It is quite hard to enter, and you have to just risk on a breakout of this level with this was your entry, and you would need to put your stop loss there. So that's a kind of setup which it can make. Okay, that's where you can enter, but right now it's 50-50. Okay, the second kind of patterns happens when it price goes up, it goes up, it drops back to retest these low, and it wants to check if it is strong enough, if the buyers are strong enough to hold this low or not. Price makes a low here, or sometimes it takes the low and it consolidate here, and then it makes an SMS, like it makes a structure like this, the same structure which I was telling you in the lime in the last setup. It makes the same setup, but at the lower area of this wick in this zone. This is the liquidity area. So if you see LTC here, if you see Ethereum there, that is the same setup, and you can enter here with the with your stop loss is just below the wick, or you can keep 3-4% as your margin to your stop loss. So that's what you need to do, but you need to show your patience, right? And you do not need to be FOMO, because right now price has broken a small market structure. If you notice this one, right? So there is high possibility that price can go up, it can retest this consolidation, and it makes a bearish pattern, and it drops back to this level or even this level. Okay, so price can fill any of these two levels. So you should not go and buy like a blind guy and just like buying because price is going up. It's not like that. It might be just a bearish retest, because there are bearish market structures, right? On the lower time frames they are heavy, on the high time frames they are few, but still you need to consider them, and you do not need to buy them without managing your risk. Okay, so right now I'm just making few positions in all coins, very few positions to be honest, and I'm ready to lose this move, not a problem, but I'm not gonna risk without my setups. That's how I trade. So you might miss as well if you want to follow these of my advices. But this is a good chart because I read a few things about it. It has a strong fundamentals, compound. So I usually keep it in my watch list. Okay, you can see my watch list as well in the right side. Okay, I'm waiting for any kind of pattern which can make an accumulation. Okay, a small manipulation, and then it can go for a distribution. But this is a very hard pattern unless you are practicing, because nobody knows. Even you are at your best, you don't know that it is definitely going to work at this time or this time, because it is usually a kind of market structure to the downside. When everybody turn bearish, start shorting here, but it keep moving up, right? It comes with experience. I've been trading it for like 2 years, this setup, and that's how I have done Like from my setups, I've got like 70 to 80% accuracy on this setup, but I'm not 100% as well, because it's quite difficult to know that even after the market structure breakout, price is not going down and it is going up. How you can find that? Like that's exactly opposite what we learn in our basics. So compound, and also I had one more chart that is also making the same kind of pattern. That was, I think, 1 inch. Okay, I'll show that too. So in those setups, what you need to do is you need to just keep this in mind, that if it is breaking up a bullish market structure, like whenever you see this drop, like this is the consolidation, okay, and all of a sudden it drops like this, then draw a line here. If it breaks this, that's your entry, okay, or any correction is your entry. So unless price close above these levels, have patience, don't run. Even if it is going above this level, then it's going to give you an entry setup, an exit setup for a trades, okay. So all setups I'm talking about, these are like trade setups. These are not investment advices. Investment advices are like that you can buy because it is good in a fundamental analysis, and you should buy it immediately because it's going to go up. So 1 inch, definitely similar kind of setup. It has a stronger setup than compound right now, because if you noticed, when it broke the market structure, it dropped down, but it has retested its previous high on the Binance. On a coin market cap, it might be different, right? So I'm trading as per the Binance chart. So I'm expecting 1 inch to go higher, but a retest or a price action just near this high, this level, this is around $3, that is going to be a very good entry. If it is come to 3.5 to $3, and if it breaks above 5 or 5.5, then definitely it's going up, and I expect that it can hit $12, 10 to $12 in midterm. So for investment purpose, this is a better choice, right? For trade setups, I've already told you, most of the alts are forming same kind of setup, and it's really not a very good risk to reward ratio, because if Bitcoin drops, even if your altcoin has a very good setup, that is probably going to drop. Okay. Now BNB, that is also an important coin. So I was expecting that it will do some kind of YK accumulation and it should go up, but it has not done with the first range. However, it can do now as well, but I won't expect that unless it completes the pattern. That was an assumption, and definitely assumption generally goes wrong. However, I got bullish on Bitcoin also at this crash, but that didn't turn out well, and it is still dropped to 45K, the Bitcoin I'm talking about, right? So the BNB as well. What I'm expecting here, that it is a good what do you say, the range setup. It is a good range setup on the BNB. Like this is the range high, this is the range low, this is the manipulation phase. Okay, price has done it, but it has not broken the 0.5 area, so I won't consider it buying unless it does so. If it close above this level and it drops back to this range, that's a good buy, and you should target this level or 161% of this, that's around $500. So that could be a good entry, okay, if it close above 286, or if it is retesting this zone 223 and it is making any kind of like hammer bullish engulfing, then you can enter with this with the low as your stop loss. Okay, so that's what can be a good entry at BNB. Let's go to the next coin that we have. DIA, I was quite bullish on it as it has good fundamentals. Okay, and I still think that it is going for $9, and it has made a same kind of pattern which Bitcoin did after 30K. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If you remember, I posted a chart at 30K. Where was that? It was some kind of chart like this, right? Yeah, it was like this. I'm not sure how I drew it, but it was something like that. And this parabola was broken at this zone. It dropped sharply after that, and after that drop, it took support on 30K on the yearly open as well, and then it went for a rally. I'm expecting same kind of setup in DIA. This was the parabola. These are not the trend lines, these are actually the parabola I drew. Okay, and after this parabola is broken, let's say let me make it simple for you. If I draw a parabola here, right, So this has got broken. This has completed the retracement as well because it has retested its accumulation zone. Okay, so that's nice. It has retested this complete accumulation zone here. So I believe that it is going up and it should go here. To be honest, if you're looking for an investment in a coin for like a couple of months, I would suggest that DIA is a good choice, and you can buy it anywhere below $2.5. Okay, and 2.5 to 1.85, and definitely it can give you good profits in future. I believe it is going for a new ETH, and as it's broke 4.12, it's probably going to $10. So don't miss on it if you're looking for an investment coin. And even if you want to trade, keep trading it because it can be the next volatile coin like we had in DeFi in the last month rallies. Okay, so DIA is a good one and you should keep looking into it. CRV, yeah, I was quite bullish on it. However, I'm still bullish on it and I believe it is going $5. Okay, so I still have few of my holdings in CRV because I still think it is going 5. And you can notice that after the sharp drop as well, it has not broken its low. uh, right, it has not broken its low. It was just a SFP and probably it's going up. So CRV looks good and it's better. You can start entering here. These are really good prices, 2.2. Okay, you can keep your actual stop loss you will have to put here, but you can keep your invalidation just daily candle below this black line. What is the price of this black line? That is 2.08. 2.08 is your invalidation for a daily candle closing. For aggressive closing or a decision, you can take 4-hour closing as well. But I believe that it can go good from here. However, for a trade setup, like if you want to trade with risk to reward, you're looking for a swing position, I won't recommend entering here. That is an investment purpose setup because this is exactly the same setup I have discussed in in Bitcoin, not the Ethereum one. Uh, this one, like it has dropped sharply, and on lower time frames, it has the market structure breakout at the downside. Okay, so you never know that price can make a wick above this level, right? It can go hit this resistance 2.5 and it can drop back, and it can drop back lower to take the lows of this as well. So that can like hurt you if you are looking longs here. But once it close above this level, that is around 2.65, then you should take an entry in it and you should target these level 4.3 to 5 once it break above this level for the trade setup. This is your trade setup on CRV. Okay, so most of the coins on the USD pairs. SXP, this is the chart. I would say it is going up. These are the targets: the DIA, CRV, and SXP swipe coin. Like it has the credit card with Binance as well. It has a very strong FA, not as strong as DeFi. That's why it's not that much volatile in the last cycle, but it is definitely a contender to go for like 2 digits in my opinion. So for investment purpose, you can buy this, or anything around $2 would be the best buying. If it gives you an entry around 2, just buy some, hold it, leave it in your in your cold wallet, and sell it above 7, 8, or even 10. Okay, so that is also a good uh, coin. Also, I need to look for SXP Bitcoin chart, and Bitcoin pairs actually looking good. I have watched a few as well, so these are looking very good. Okay, so this is a SXP chart, and if we look at the daily chart, so fine, it has no resistance still here. Great. The USD chart as well looks good. That shows that Bitcoin might consolidate and alts can have a rally because the Bitcoin charts are looking real good. And if you are thinking a 2x BTC pair coin, here it is. Here it is. Here's the coin for you. Yeah, exactly 100%. And this is your stop loss of 30%. So that's a 3 risk to reward 3R. That's a good trade in my opinion, but you need to hold it longer, okay? Because it is going to take time. Okay. It is going to take time, but definitely it is fairly possible. You can keep this blue line as your invalidation, whatever it is, 4310. Keep this as your invalidation on the daily chart, and it's a buy. It's a buy in my opinion. Okay. Another good coin is LTC Bitcoin. I'm tracking it for long. It had a good breakout today, and I believe that it is a good contender to go 7,500. So don't sleep on LTC as well. If you want to invest, LTC USDT chart as well is very good. You can keep your stop losses below 3,500 and you can buy it. It's only 8% stop loss at the moment, and I believe this can be good. Okay, and the next one is EOS as well. Once it closed back above 8,000, it's a good buy. And like it's a good buy. Yes, once it closed back above 8,000, it's a good buy. Even you can buy it here because this was the old level, and this is a good chart to be bought. Let me edit the label. That is 7,580. So anything you're buying here, 7,500 to 7,800, that's a good good entry in my opinion for the targets around here. So that's around 13. Wow, that's a good trade, and I would definitely look for an entry in it. That sounds a good trade. So EOS Bitcoin could be your next favorite. Okay. However, if you want to hold it for an investment purpose, you need to keep your stop loss a little lower to this low, because any day if Bitcoin makes a move of like 5,000 or $10,000, you know what happens to altcoins. That is a big problem. Okay, and in that scenario it may wick down and stop you out. So don't put a hard stop loss. Keep an invalidation of daily candle closing below this level, 7,580 or 7,550 level. If daily candle close below this, you can exit. That still makes you only a loss of 6 to 7% on your holding, and that's a very good entry in my opinion. Okay, so there was one more good coin, that was SRM. We need to look for an Algo. Yes, Algo, SRM, both. So Algo is like, this was a very fantastic rally last time. Like this was, I wrote this, it will flip this SR even before the breakout, because this was a very important level. It did. Okay, and now it has retested this. Now what Algo can do, Algo can go straight up, it can retest it back and can go up. If it does this, if you see Algo at this level, right, like below 0.9, just buy it. Just buy it. Okay, it is going there. It is like what to say, it is going there. I'm just saying. Okay, I just believe that it is going $2. It's trading around $1, and it should be in your bag. Okay, and if it gives you entry below this, like below 0.95, even below $1, just buy this. Okay, and this is the same setup which I explained on CRV and Ethereum. And if you look it on the LTF, on the lower time frame charts as well, this has done the setup I was telling you to look in Ethereum. If you notice, drop, comes up, lowers down, and this is the SMS. It has done this setup, it has retested this, and this was the entry in it, I would say. Okay, with this low. So that was a good risk to reward entry, and this was your target. Okay, so Algo is a good one. Okay, this was missed by me. I didn't notice it, that it has done the breakout. SRM, like the Sam coins, like, to be honest, I was not aware about the fundamentals of Sam coins. And SRM, Sol, FTT, they did very well. I did traded them. SRM, I missed like here, I believe. SRM, yes, I missed SRM thinking that it would retest this zone, but it never did, and it hit the new all-time high. Okay, so if you are holding it, hold it, because it's probably going in two digits. Sorry, it's probably going in two digits, like $10 or plus over the long term. Okay, if the weekly chart is very bullish, it has just broke out its previous 88. You can use the Fibonacci for 161%. The first target has been achieved. The second one comes at 11.80. So it's probably going 11.80 once it's close above 7.6. So 7.6 is the resistance for SRM. Once it close above this, This is also a good entry. You can trade at 7.6 daily candle close above this. You buy here and you target to 11.80. That is my target for SRM. So SRM looks good. Okay. For investment purpose, for a trade entry, either you wait for a close above 7.6 or you wait for a retracement to 5.5. Okay. So that's what I have on SRM USDT. So this is all on the few coins I wanted to update, and I hope you will enjoy this, and maybe this, if this comes out helpful for you, because this weekend I will not be available and I will not be trading regularly. I'll be traveling this weekend as well. So I thought that I should update a few things that can help you over the weekend. So trade safe and have a good day.